The Miami Dolphins are making moves, and this one? It's got layers. Willie Gay Jr. is heading to Miami, and if you're not paying attention, you might miss just how significant this signing could be. Some moves make headlines instantly. Others fly under the radar, waiting to prove their value when the season gets underway. This one, it's sitting right in that sweet spot. Because Gay isn't coming in as some afterthought. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion, a linebacker with high-stakes experience, and a guy who, quite frankly, has something to prove. And when a player with that kind of experience and that kind of hunger lands on a team looking to build a championship-level defense, that's when things get interesting. The Dolphins have been retooling their linebacker core for a while now. Last season, they moved on from Jerome Baker, replacing him with Jordan Brooks. That was the big signing, the statement move. Brooks, locked into a 3-year, $26.25 million deal, is clearly the centerpiece of this unit. But football isn't about just one guy. Depth matters. Rotation matters. And Miami has been quietly stacking up options. Tyrel Dodson, who joined mid-season last year, is back. KJ Britt, who got some starter reps with the Buccaneers, has been added to the mix. And now, Willie Gay Jr. steps in as the newest piece of the puzzle. Let's take a step back and look at Gay's path to this moment. Coming out of Mississippi State, he was always a bit of a wild card in the draft process. There were concerns about his experience, about how polished he was, about whether he could immediately step into an NFL defense and contribute. But what he had was rare: explosiveness, speed, and a knack for making plays when it mattered. The Chiefs saw the potential and grabbed him in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft. And what happened? He developed into a key part of a Super Bowl-winning defense. Over 4 seasons in Kansas City, Gay played in 57 games, starting 47 of them. He wasn't a superstar, but he was a reliable, physical presence, especially after Nick Bolton arrived, and the two formed a solid linebacker duo. His best season came in 2022, 88 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 8 pass breakups, and a consistent role in one of the best defenses in the league. That season ended in a Super Bowl win, and Gay was on the field for 88% of the defensive snaps in that championship game. But the NFL is a business, and the Chiefs had choices to make. When it came time to prioritize their linebackers, they went with Drew Tranquill over Gay, leaving him to test free agency. His market didn't explode the way some expected. Instead of landing a big multi-year deal, he took a 1-year, $3 million offer from the New Orleans Saints, a classic prove-it deal, a chance to reset his value and cash in the following year. That didn't happen. The Saints never fully committed to him. He played in 15 games but started just 8, and his defensive snap count plummeted to just 27%. His production took a hit: 28 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a few pass breakups. Not awful, but nowhere near the kind of impact he had in Kansas City. And by the end of the season, it was clear New Orleans wasn't the right fit. Now he gets another shot, another team, another prove-it year, another chance to remind the league why he was once seen as an ascending player. The Dolphins are betting that last year's struggles weren't about Gay losing a step, but rather about circumstance, about being in a system that didn't use him properly, about being in a situation that never fully allowed him to thrive. And they might be right, because when you watch Gay play at his best, it's obvious what he brings to the table: speed, energy, physicality. He's not a pure coverage linebacker. That much is clear. But put him in situations where he can play downhill, attack the line of scrimmage, and chase plays from sideline to sideline, and he can still be an impact player. Miami's coaching staff will need to be smart about how they use him, and if they do, this signing could quietly turn into one of the most valuable depth moves of the offseason. There's another factor at play here, too: motivation. Gay is playing for his career right now. This is his second straight 1-year deal. He's at that point where he needs to show teams that he's still a starting caliber linebacker, still someone worth investing in long term. And when a player with that kind of urgency steps onto the field, that's when you start to see some of their best football. Let's be real, this isn't a blockbuster move. This isn't a splashy, headline-grabbing signing that instantly changes the perception of the Dolphins' defense. But football isn't always about the big moves. It's about the smart ones. And if Miami is right about Gay, if last season was an outlier, not a trend, then this could be a perfect example of a team finding the right player at the right time. Now, it's up to him to make it count.